trying to fix the chroma. It looks okay here, but when I look at it in YouTube, it looks horrible. So yeah, I'll keep it this way. Okay, cool. Go live on TikTok also. Maybe I should also try to go to Instagram. Hey, Emily. You caught me. I just started. Basically, I'm working on my game here, and I started today in the morning by doing the texture for the copper for one of the elements that I'm doing. So I can open it in Maya to see it. So I painted this texture with 3D code, and now I'm going to combine this texture of an item, of a copper ore item. I'm gonna combine it with the other copper related UV map, so it will have like one texture, so I can control the colors in Unreal Engine if I wanted to change the color to make it more goldy. Even maybe this item gonna make it gold by just changing the color to make it a little bit yellowish and orangish. Now it's just copper. Yeah, you're the first to watch. And also, I think you're the first to leave. You're first to watch and leave. Because I see it's not just became one person watching, which is me watching myself, basically. Oh, you're still here. Okay. So I'm gonna show you the text, the 3D that I was working on. Mining copper item. So this is it. And this is its UVs. This is the UV for that. Ah, what did I do? Get back here. This is the UV. So I'm gonna combine it with the other UV that I have here in this texture. Mining copper. So this one here. This is the other copper. You know, it looks messy, but should be okay. I pasted it here. Maybe in order not to have it extremely messy. I'll go here. I'm gonna pick up the wireframe. On top of everything, I'm just gonna select the wireframe here. Yeah, everything selected. And then I'm gonna expand it contract it by 10 pixels. And I'll delete everything here. Remove those, delete them. So now this is the texture. Yeah, better this way, so it will be you will know exactly what we are looking at. It's really what, yeah. So I'm gonna save it. on top of the original. And now I'm gonna add it into Unreal Engine. I'm just adding the texture. So this is the whole texture of basically combining the item. So this is the game, right? This is the game, and I have this copper item that I'm going to farm, going to mine. And when I mine it, it will drop this thingy, this copper ore. So I can collect it, and you can basically farm it and craft more items with it. To see an example, if I play it here, the game, let me just, I'm gonna change display. I'm gonna make this one because it's confusing everything. Okay, let's go back here. So if you can see the game here, this is my character, and in the chopping system, you can chop a tree. Let me just keep chopping it, and once you chop it, you'll have an item that is wood items that being dropped out of it. Hi Jack, how things going? So this wood being dropped from it. So I'm going to do the same thing now. I'm working on the mining system. Basically today in the morning I was doing I managed to make the equip and to make the animation for the mining. So now I have the stone pickaxe that I can with it mine the rocks, and I also have the copper pickaxe which I can mine the copper. I'm doing good. Thank you for watching. You guys, have you watched my devlog? My devlogs that I was releasing in the past. Now I'm like every 6 months I post a devlog, so it's I'm not that productive anymore from that side. Now the moment of truth. I'm gonna upload. I'm gonna add these items in Unreal. There you go. Import it. And also I need to, well, actually it did import the texture. Yeah, that's good. So I'm gonna move this texture and put it here in the textures. No, this one won't be the inventory. I'm gonna update the texture for the, I guess, the items, or is it an environment? Yes, it's an environment. 3D assets, meshes, rocks. No. I forgot where I put it. Let's see. Hey, I am IMS Man Super Squad. So basically I'm a solo developer and I'm developing a game like this one, where you are a sole survivor with no memory in the post-apocalyptic world that inhabited by junk robots. Where are you going, Jack? Why buy? So here it's in the meshes, in the assets. So it is in the assets, I was right. Yeah, I'm gonna go to textures. And foliage, rocks. I'm gonna update this one. Re-imported. So now it's imported the new one. And because of that, I will duplicate the This is the mining copper. I'll duplicate it, and I'm gonna call it mi mining copper item. And I'm gonna move it to the material here. No. No, I'll keep it in those materials. The problem is I paused working on the game for the programming of the game for like a couple of weeks, and now I don't remember where things are. So I just need a couple of minutes just to know where everything is. So the inventory contain the items. This is items, and these are the materials for the items. And in the environment, you have 3D assets. You have the materials. Maybe I need to first go to the trees, find, you know, switch here. This here, yeah. So you have this one. I need to see where the item of it, it's in, yeah. You know, it's not the one that I'm checking. I check the material of this one. This one is environment 3D assets material foliage tree pine. So I'm gonna move it to foliage rocks. So here it's okay. Okay. I hope I didn't bore you to death. I guess I did because everybody left. So I'll go back to meshes, rocks. Make it bigger. Here. Drop this one. Save all first. So this is the copper item. Maybe I should adjust the material of it. No, I didn't change the material. Okay, that makes sense. So now here I'll apply emerald mining copper item. And I'm gonna save. So now it's changed, yep. So now it became like this. Okay. Now let's change the parameters. Maybe it will give me something cool. Get top grass. Yeah. I don't need PT real-time virtual. What was it, this? Really not sure. Tint gradient. I don't want tint gradient. So basically I can control the color from the tint here. Let's see. I want it to be coppery. Yeah, maybe I should add R. Get the top grass. Yeah. I guess this is way better than the gradient. Or should I just do tint gradient instead to get the grass? Yeah, it is the gradient. Feather. And let's push it up. Push the start point up and push the gradient up and change it. Well, basically the gradient won't affect it. So I'm not using the gradients anyway. Okay, I'll go back to add the top grass. That adding a little bit of overall color, and I could increase the contrast here. So the good thing about this, it will blend with whatever color under it. So if I bring it to the green, so it's a little bit greenish. If let me see. Yeah, maybe I'll leave it to here. It's better this way. Okay, so I guess we have this, and let's see the rock. We tested the rock, and we have the rock also. So this is the rock that is going to rotate, and this is the copper that's going to be rotated. Great. So now I have all the items. I think I might try to get the normal map for this one, but I'm not sure. I will see if it's required. I will create a normal map for it. So now we have those. That brings us back to the data assets for those items. So rock. Here's the rock. We have the rock here. Tier 1 resource, mining and everything. We have the copper. This is the copper, and I'm going to use copper item that I just created. CM mining copper item. There it is. I think I need to put the material also. So here is the armor material. Do I need armor material? Let's see the wood. Did I need it material for it? No, I don't need material. I just need to load it. And tier 1, this is tier 2. And max stacks 99. And this one, tier 1, max stack 99 also. Okay, so now we have the item being entered into the database of the game with the mesh and everything that's related to it. So now back to the agony by continuing programming or working on the blueprint for the chopping, for the mining, basically. So here, as we said, first, if we are in mining state, which happens when we hold pickaxe, that happens. So here's the motion state motion. This one if we are in chopping mode or mining mode. So what decides that we are in mining mode? What decided is we can search for it basically. Mining. Oh, here is set mining mode. The action state is the one that decides if we are in mining mode. So if the action state is mining, then we set the mode into, in the mining mode, we set it as true. So with that, we initiate this, not the chopping. This is combat chopping. Yeah, this is chopping and mining. So we go with this state motion machine. And with this motion machine, you'll have the body animation, you have the look at camera sequence, which is based on your mouse rotation. He will move his bones. So this bone is connected with the camera angle, that the smooth looking angle, which is basically a function that I created in AO in order to create this variable, so you can rotate the head based on that rotation number. So okay, we're cool. So here, if I click and the state is mining, then is mining is true. I added this is mining is true for me to know that this only becomes true when the animation of the mining is over. Otherwise, in the middle of the mining, you can press again and start you reload the animation again. So you need for it to make sure that the whole animation is done, so you can make another hit, which is this is the montage play of the hit. And in the animation of the hit, there is a notification that that gets sent to AO to identify that we are in a hitting mode. So to test it, you can see here, if I hit, you see top, it says hello, which means that this custom event is active. So now reset mining hit. This is a function that resets all the hits, rocks and copper hits, and then trace resources array. This is also a function that I created when I was working on the chopping. In that case, when you see here, so yeah, this is the chopping. You can notice it's similar to the mine, but instead here, reset chopping hits, reset the birch and pines and the actor, and here hitting resources. This is not hitting resources, this one, yeah, the hitting resources, the trace resources is basically tree to chop, log to chop, and stump to chop. In the mining, I just added rocks to mine, basically. So it gives us a hit, and the result is all the basically all the objects that I hit and put it in an array of objects that I get hit, and this one on all, if I hit something or not. If I didn't hit anything, this one will be false. If I hit something, it will be true, and if I hit multiple things, it will add it in an array. So that for the resource. So now I need to apply the same thing, but for the hits, the mining. So if I go back here and I copy this and I put it in the mining, so basically here, what I say, if we hit anything, in case of foliage, save all component, their location and item index, and what kind of tree, what kind of rock, I'm going to call it. Rocks. Rock, copper. And in case of an actor, I don't have actor here. Actor, we save all the actors and their locations. So I don't have an actor here, so I'm going to adjust this one. So I'll let this one up and connected here, and if there is a hit, this whole thing starts, and this is the result of that, hitting resources to hitting rocks. This is basically just a group, so it's nothing. So here I'm not going to call it hitting resources, I'm going to call it hitting trees. First of all, before I continue, I need to add it to my foliage system. I need to add some rock and stuff. So what I have them here, but here they are not foliages, they are just an object. You can see these are foliages, which is the trees. And the reason I'm making them inside the foliage system, and you can interact with them as a foliage, it will be harder to program, but it will be better optimized. So if you make objects, too many objects, it will make the project go so slow. While if they are foliage, they consider the whole foliage as one object, and they treat it this way. And it gives each part of the foliage an ID. So that will make it way easier for processing for processing the game, basically. So regarding that, here's the foliages. I'm gonna add not three foliage type. I have SM Pine 7. So let's go. Yeah, another thing. Probably I needed to create a variation of these rocks and copper, so it won't be like just the same rock all over and over again or repeated. So because of that, I'll just do one now. Maybe I'll just change the sizes of the especially the rock one, because it got multiple rock pieces, so I can just chain them and rotate them, so I can create multiple rock items out of it. So let's go back to the environment, 3D meshes, foliages, and rocks. No rocks here. I should have added them to the foliage, not rocks. Where are the foliage? No, there's no foliage. 3D meshes right away. Okay. Sorry, guys. I forgot what I do sometimes. Okay, so we have this one. Add it. I added this to the foliage system, and I added that to the foliage system. So now we have all these. Now we can paint it, basically. Paint, I'm gonna paint single. This is huge. Why it's only they are putting on top of each other. Well, that's weird. I'm gonna paint it with that's density. Paint density. Yeah. So now it makes sense. Okay. Oh, too much. 0.01. Mm-hmm. Is it randomly rotated? Should be randomly rotated, right? Zero point 0.01. Mm-hmm. There definitely won't be that much of them all over the place. They should be like put in specific areas, and I don't know. I'll figure it out. It's a little bit going up. Should I push it down? Sure. Let test and play. Oh, it doesn't have collision also. That sucks. Yep. I need to add a collision. First thing. Yeah, let's add a collision to it. Does it have collision? Let's see. Let's see the collision show. Simple collision. I mean, makes sense. Make simple as complex. Where is it? Lock all. Yeah. Just out of curiosity, I want to see how I did the trees. I mean, the trees, you can overlap with them. So, simple collision. So this is my collision. And I created collision preset choppable tree. So let's create a collision preset, call it mineable rocks. So not here. Save all first. And let's go to the project settings. Yeah. Collision. Yeah, it should be here, the collision. Here's the collision. So these are the objects. This is a trace preset. Yeah, these are the preset for. So you see choppable trees, falling trees, and stump. I'm gonna duplicate this. Can I duplicate it? No, I can't. So this query only. This I need to copy this. Actually, visibility camera. Yeah, I can use stump for as a preset. This is exactly what I want. I want to interact with it while it maintains the collision. So I don't need to create a new collision preset. If I figure out at one point that I need something different than stump, because after you chop a tree, I made it that the stump create collision, so you cannot pass it normally. You just pass through the trees normally. But the stump, which makes sense, you will trample with it. So let's go to the collision presets, and I'm gonna go with the stump. Walkable, let's see. Unchained, walkable, unwalkable, of course. Save. Now, let's test it. Yeah, I can't. No, is I can still pass through it. Damn. Sorry. I should change it here because there's a route for those. And these you can come here and make this one stump. You don't, if you change it on the actual item, it's always this one will overwrite, the folder system will overwrite whatever you changed in the item itself. So now if we change it here, not to no collision, we change it to the stump, which is the one that I want. Now, yeah, there it is, it's blocked. And I cannot actually stand on top of it. But I noticed something sucky. I don't know why there's the line here. Why there's a line here? Huh. There's a line, is it? Okay, I'm gonna make sure not to put it here then. I'm just gonna avoid whatever this weirdness that happens. Because probably, yeah, there's a line all over here. Maybe it's where the textures are meeting, and because I'm trying to optimize it, I make it with low res, so it's created this line, and now it's projecting to everything in my game, this line. The low poly demon line. Yeah, here also. Just stay away of this demon line. Okay. Oh, now we're cool. So here also try to stand on it. I can't. No, I can't stand. Here I should also change it to unwalkable. So advance. Walkable slope, no, should be unwalkable. Unwalkable. And also this will make it unwalkable. Oh man, until I discovered these stuff, I had lunch with Satan until I managed to figure out all this walkable and unwalkable things, and Jesus. And I'm not sure if it even worked, because probably I need to, yeah, it didn't, kind of. No, it is sliding. Yeah, you see, it doesn't allow me. Yep, it slides. Doesn't allow me to do, but the problem is if I have I can do a double jump, like if somebody want to break the game. Oh no, I cannot double jump. Okay, good. So now we have these, and as I said, I need to make different design for this one, and probably this is so big, probably I need to scale it down. This is one of the designs of the copper. And this orange thing, I don't know what I had in mind to make it like that, but kind of like it. I don't know. An orange ball. But now it looks sucky because it's very repetitive. Repeated too many times. I'll maybe I could create multiple material instance with different color. So some of them are tinted to the red, some of them a little bit tinted to the blue, so it won't be very duplicated. And as I said, I definitely need to design more variation of this. One that doesn't have all this orange ball in the middle. Yeah, okay. So let's go back to our DB blueprint. So the mining rocks. So now we have the input of whatever I hit. Hitting resources foliage. This is, I hope that I made it that can works with multiple, because I don't remember how I did it, but I guess I did it in a way that I could change the pine interface and make it now rock interface, and now we are interacting with the rock. So before that, let me see this pine interface. Where is it? So this is the PPI pine. Chop pine. It's very. Now it's coming back to me. Let's I'm gonna duplicate it. This time not pine interaction. This time rock interaction. Start with the rock first. So now you have rock interaction. Go here, and I'm gonna apply the rock interaction. So this one will see with rock interaction in it. That's mean it's legit. But that means in the foliage, these I need to add it here. I need to add the component class. So this component class for this one, I must add it somewhere here. On that foliage instance. Yeah, you see there it is, BP. Why it's not applied for the others? Wow, this is the grass. But the birch, I don't have it in the birch. I didn't apply it for the rest of the birch. Yeah. So we have this. I'm gonna apply it to all the birch. This is something that I forgot to do. So technically I can only chop one type of birch, while I have here multiple birches. Not sure if I'm pronouncing it right. You see here, you have this one with 3, some of them with 2, some of them with only 1, some of them with nothing. So each one of these, you need to apply the blueprint for it. So yeah, we need to create a blueprint for the rock. I'll duplicate this one. Interaction on the rock interaction blueprint, and I'm going to build it here. So this is the rock interaction blueprint. So now, if the thing that we are chopping got a BPI that is blueprint interface, blueprint rock interaction interface, then things happen. And we need to add this blueprint here. So here the interface is not the rock, this is for the chop. So I need first to change these names. Let's make it not chop. My rock. Receive by location for AO. I don't think I'm gonna use this, but let's put receive rock location for AO for now. Rock location for overlapping rocks. Receive rock location for birds. I don't need that because I'm not gonna spawn birds when maybe I will spawn snakes. Yeah, that would be nice. If I hit it like we have some snakes as texture. Yeah, call it receive rock location for snakes. So basically this is an interface I'm creating because a rock is in a Fourier system and the character is in the blueprint system, and you cannot call each other throughout the software, throughout the whole thing, because the engine will be confused. So you create an interface and you load those parameters, and always when you change something in the character, you change it on the interface. And if you need something to receive from the character, you take it from that interface. So this is basically, as it says, an interface that interfaces different elements in the game with each other. So I'm creating here some sort of functions that you can call in this interfaces that I created for the chopping system, and now I'm doing it, redoing it for the mining. So here, chop log spine. I don't need this one. I'm gonna do this. Chop stump pine. I don't think also I need this one, because I'm not gonna create stump when I destroy rock. So I'll end up with just those. So I will save them, and now I will go back to my blueprint rock here, and I'm gonna go to the class settings and interfaces. I'm gonna remove this interface, the BPI blueprint, yes, and I'm gonna add the BPI, the blueprint interface for the rock interaction. So now in this interface you can see no chop stump pine. Why do I still have chop stump pine? I should not have this one here. Do I have chop stump pine? Yeah, I do. Yeah, because here when you do this one, it shows null. I'm gonna call it null. shows it as space, basically. So I confused myself. No. Call it null, compile, save it. You go back here, and now it's called null. Okay, cool. So probably I'm not gonna use those, but just to be safe. So the event graph, we just have one event graph, and everything is cool. So let's see what we have this blueprint. Begin event, for loop, you set an array Fourier's stat. So basically you scan, you get all the instances that is holding this specific blueprint, and it put them in an array and assign each one of them health, and the range of the health will be 5. Artist 3D, hello my friend, how are you? Will be festival games gone? No man, it's still too early to attend any festivals with my game. But where is this Gamescom? It's in Serbia or outside? I mean, if it's Novi Sad, yeah, I could come up and check it out. So here we set the array, and we Germany, yeah. I thought so. I thought so, Germany. Sadly, I won't, but hopefully maybe next year or the year after that, I will definitely have to start attending those festivals and to have some events, because I might start my journey to looking into some EU funding for video games and this kind of stuff. Hopefully I can get something that help me on to push on the game. But at this point, I'm still in the early phases. Even though I have some few friends that are helping me with the game now. I mean, I met a couple people that just contact me online, and they are helping me with game design and such stuff. So again, if anybody, guys, wants to help me out, I'm free to accept any help, especially in the art side. So let's go back here. Basically, it sees all the foliages that holds these blueprints and put them inside an array and assign to each item inside this array of a health. So now we have saved an array that have each of these that been created, and each of them assigned to a health. Okay, that's cool. And the default health is 80, and there is range. So it's between 75 to 85. So I don't like to have things that are just 80, like 3 hits. No, I like to add a lock variable to it. So chop pine. So I don't have chop pine now. I'm gonna use mine rock. Mine rock. This is instead of chop. No, event. Mine rock. Event mine rock. Okay. No, this is, I don't want this. I want a custom event. Is it? I need a custom event? Oh no, I don't think so. No, it is a blueprint interface. Yeah. So let's go back. I was right. Mine rock. Not class. This one. APR interface. So I'll add this one here. The damage here. Instigator here. hit item here, print tree help. I'm gonna change this one not to print tree help rock, because now we are not a tree. Mine rock. I'm gonna print rock help. Save. I'll also be there. I made a game and now I'm looking for public. Really? Made a game? That's awesome. Can you send me the link for the game? Send me in the DM me. Let me. You have like YouTube channel or you have a build or. It will be amazing to test it out. I love connecting with other game devs, especially the solo game developers or indie game developers. It is here. So now event mine rock. What's gonna happen in this? Things hit. Yeah, send me on Instagram. That would be cool. If you have my account, you can follow and send me, and I'll follow also. So create array with not the trees, the rocks, instances inside where you make sure to set up the rock help into blah blah. Is the health of the targeted rock instance less or equal to 0? Yeah. So what's gonna happen? Print string. What we're gonna print? We're gonna print the health of the rock. Okay, cool. Index, hit item, yeah. Oh, the foliage. Okay, that in order to test and see the health of the rock. That's cool. Index health. So set array, you can check the array, you get the indexes, basically the index of the thing that you hit. Figure out the index. If it's less or equal to 0, means that it's dead. If not, if it's bigger, if it's false, then it's continue hitting. So, but if it's less or equal to 0, it's mean it's time to die. Basically, the rock going to be destroyed. So receive pine location for AO. This is I'm sending a message to receive pine location for AO. Location. Blueprint, yeah. Should be message. Send the tree location instant to AO so can turn toward instant of point of impact. Instigator. It's tree location. Yeah, because you are using need this one to send a message of this one. Okay. I guess I wrote receive wrong. Receive wrong location for you. Yeah, I wrote it wrong. That's why I couldn't find it probably. And as usual, I need to adjust it. This is the fine. I don't want this. I need to adjust the receive rock location. But now I need to call it rock location and not tree, because this is for rocks. Compile and save. Artist 3D, what engine do you make your game on? There is a spawn bird in it. I'm gonna switch it to spawn snakes. Here, rock location. So it said spawn birds. Receive rock location. Compile save. Receive rock location for you. Refresh. Good. Ah, this is, we make it for snakes. Yeah, this is the one that we need to change. Rock location and spawn snakes. Snakes. With the E, right? The snakes. Now we're still modifying a lot of things. At the same time, we are doing with a big company in France like Ubisoft. That's cool, man. I'm very interested to see the game. If you have anything to show, it'll be amazing. Feel like an insider in the game development industry. Yeah. Feels cool. Okay. Even though I have no idea what the hell am I doing here. I'm joking. I am okay. Not that bad. Okay. Yeah. You love the green screen? You're joking, right? I keep struggle with it. Ah, Georgie, how are you, man? Spawn BB Pine Physics. I don't want that. I'm gonna skip that point. Because am I? Yeah, I'm gonna skip it. I don't want to spawn any physics. So this one not necessary. Spawn BP Pine Stomp. This one not necessary also. Remove instance. That what pays the bills. Reroute. How was it? Reroute. No reroute. Reroute. Was it reroute? In order to. Yeah. I don't remember. temporarily. I'm not gonna delete those yet. Maybe I'll use them. See you later, man. Don't forget to send me your game in order to check it out. Oh, so you are serious. This looks good. Okay. Thanks. It's kinda here in the back. You can see some that I don't like. There's some grain that happening here. Static mesh. This one I don't need it. We said. So we go right away to destroy it. That's good. On the other hand, if the health was bigger than 0, mean you need to receive a hit. So upon actor tree shaking, so I'm gonna create a new blueprint for the rock shake. So I did that for the BP tree shaking. So here, and I'm gonna just duplicate it and make rock shaking. And this one. Ah, it crashed. Damn it. Send and restart. Yeah, it's my fault. Sorry. Restore or selected. Okay. Oh, it's been a while since I saved. Oh my god. Forgot to save. Lost a lot of work. What did I use? This. Can show me what part did I lose? So my hitting rocks. Did I have the at least hitting rocks? Rock interface. Okay, I have this one. Still mine rocks and location for snakes, and this one all rock location spawn snakes. So this one's saved, thankfully. Rock interaction, we were here. So what did I change here? Mine rock here. That's okay. Health set here. Rock interaction for AO. Yeah. Spawn snakes. That's not the one that we saw. We said we don't need this. Instead, we do that. Set the rock location with impact. Get the instant location, scale, and everything. Rock instance. Yep. So here it is. Well, nothing much we lost. Did I save here? Yeah, we have this one. Check this. This is blueprint rock. Yeah, it's cool. Let's see the collision of it. Did the collision Presets done. Walkable. Walkable, unwalkable. Okay, good. So nothing much been lost. It's really sad because it take you out of your concentration. You are focusing on something, and then suddenly you will have to redo what you did. Okay. Yeah. So what were we? We were shaking. So tree shaking, unduplicated. Call it rock shaking. Rock shaking. Go inside it. Viewport. Static mesh. Instruction. When you shaking tree mesh. Nope, gonna call it shaking rock mesh. Good. Comes here, set static mesh. You set it. Am I trunk? No. What is the static mesh? Yeah, you're gonna load it. Yeah, you're gonna load it from the outside. That's good. So, this is for the rock. Am I mining rock? Mining rock, yeah. Okay. And you make base scale, the static mesh, and so on. Then you go here, save. You first set its location, because here what I do to shake it, because it is basically an instance, because part of the foliage, so it doesn't have, you cannot shake it by itself, you cannot apply any timeline animation to it, so it's really hard. I don't think you can even shake it. Whatever research I made, it's not doable. So what I do when I hit it, in order to give it this shake effect for the rock, I send the foliage, one that I just hit, instantly in somewhere far from the camera, and in its place I will load in this exact position, exact location, with the same texture and everything, an object of this rock, and that object is actually an actor, so you can shake it, can do whatever you want with it. So I replace it with an actor, I shake it a little bit, and when the shake is off, I delete the actor and I bring the foliage back to its location. So instantly what you see, that the rock is shaking, but what happened, the foliage goes away, a new actor comes there, shakes, dies, and comes another, the real actor, the real foliage comes back to its location. So that nifty, I would say. And so here, the animation happened and everything is cool. So now we have the rock shaking animation. Yeah, and rock instance, when you hit the resource, what were we talking about? We were here first, yeah, sorry. So you spawn actor from class. I think spawn actor from class, PP, rock, shaking. Yeah, there it is. Okay. Always spawn, ignore collision. Always spawn, ignore collision. Yeah, we don't. I need to ignore collision, because if it's created when I'm going in and just little bit, 1 pixel I came in, it will push you back. So that's why at this split of a second, I will ignore the collision. Owner shaking tree mesh. Why I don't have? Why it's not exposed? Rock shaking. Shaking rock mesh should be exposed here. Save. Refresh nodes. Ah, there it is. And yeah, static mesh. Get the static mesh. Get static mesh because this is class that is attached, as we said here, attached to static mesh. So he will see what static mesh that attached to, and it will basically shake it. Shake it, baby. Yeah. So, yep. Wow, I lost. Okay, where were we? Yeah, we're done with rock shaking. Yeah, that's it. Construction script. You have anything construction script? No, we said this one not. So far, so good. So we don't need this. We don't need the rock interaction. We do. Yeah, we still didn't finish it. We were here. Yeah. So we have this one here. Instigator, not necessary. Spawn. I'm gonna get it from this. Gonna spawn at the same location of the instance of the foliage. So now I delete this. Basically, I replaced the rock blueprint with it. Then update instance, transform, static mesh component. So basically, I take the item index that's been hit, and I get the transform, the new transform, and I set it as a new transform, and I update the location for it. True, delay it until the shake is over. Update instance. Teleport. Yeah, this is. Yeah, this time I take back the old instant, the old location, maybe? Forgot what I did here. That is this location. Yeah, understand that. Here because it's shaking. So it's this is the value of the shake, I guess. I'm not sure. 3 that spawn birds. We have an array of 3 that spawn birds. Call it rocks that spawn snakes. Rocks that spawn snakes. Compile, and in this one, so far I just have one. Sad. But in the future, when I have more, I could add them here. So, rock. Mining rock. This is the only one that can spawn birds. Save. And this is static mesh. Just to make sure, I'm going to delete it and edit again. So to make sure that it's updated with the new thing that we are doing here. Receive by location from AO. Receive by location for AO. it's just the text here. Get the instance transform. No, those are temporary. Spawn temporary. Then spawn temporarily the rock shaking actor in the instance place. I'm moving the actual instance far away. Then after a few seconds, spawn BB rock shaking actor will conclude the shaking animation and delete itself inside the BP rock shaking. Then bring the original rock instance back into its place. Okay, make sure that the rocks have even leaves. Not enough leaves to make the bird spawns. Yeah, make enough leaves, which is stupid. Make sure that the rock is in the list could spawn snakes. Okay, that's cool. So if it's true, if it is in the list, let's not spawn snakes, then then the spawn birds, it's not spawn birds, the spawn snakes will be true, or the spawn snakes will be false. So basically when you hit the rock, we'll see if this rock is inside the list that allows you to spawn snakes. Maybe some rocks will be too small, maybe I need only the big rock to spawn snakes from them. So this is identify the snake, the spawn that are qualified, the rocks that are qualified to spawn snakes from them. And here I'm gonna receive the rock location for AO. No, the message. I need to send the message. Okay. Save all. Message. Yeah. Rock location. I don't want to tell function, I want to send a message. API. There it is. Maybe I should bring it from here. Receive. Yeah, if I took it from this target, we'll see it. Okay, rock location for AO. Yeah. So here it is. If it's true, and another one, false. It's here, and also here, and in this case, spawn snakes. This one, don't spawn snakes. I'm gonna delete these and replace these with them. Cool. Yeah, so send not tree location, send rock location instance to AO so it can turn toward instance, so it can then turn toward it instead of the point of impact, if you are allowed to spawn snakes. Cool. And what we have here, overlapping, yeah, overlapping rocks. overlapping rocks. No, not function. Event. Overlapping rocks as the event. Yep. Here, overlapping item, instigator. So rock that spawns snakes. I'm gonna remove this one and put it again. Static mesh to make sure that it's refreshing. We get it from the world space. Receive by location, no. I'm gonna send a message to receive, no. Rock location, let's type rock location. Yeah. Receive rock location for snakes. So this is, you tell the snakes what is the location that you want to spawn from. Once we have a snakes, of course we need to animate snakes now. It's another art task that I need to do now. To have some snakes that do it. But it could be like, I guess I'm gonna do it decals, so it's gonna be just a sprite doing snakes running under the character when you hit the rock. So save all. Instant shake, everything is set. The health, it's 80, everything good. The BPI, the freight interface is set. Now let's go back to AO. So he will check the resources and you see if it's rock instance in it, he will check the list. Let's see here what we have inside this. So with your resources, he put local variable. Local variable here, breaks it. If the BBI implemented, if it is implemented, then add it to the list. Once you add it to the list with the hit item, once it's completed, you will check it if it's hit. And what is the list of the component and what is the list of the location of this component, and they are linked with this variable, so you can get the location here and you get the component here and its location on the other side. So this is what this function does. Cool. Go back to the thingy. It rocks, yeah. So you hit it. Now we're gonna create rock hit. We did create rock hit, but we should put it. So bind hit. I have too many things that need cleaning, basically. So I have rock hits. We have to set it. To null. Don't ask me why. Oh no, I'm not gonna set it to null. I'm gonna set it to whatever the result of the hit here. So here you check if the foliage actually got hit. Yeah. And also you said we need to create a map for the rocks. And you need to create a map for the rocks impact. So I'm just gonna duplicate those. Find impact. And I'm gonna call it rocks impact. I'm gonna throw it in the mining. And not the actor. Pine hits. I'm gonna not pine hits now. I'm gonna be rock hits. Rocks hits. You know, I'm gonna do the same thing for the copper, so maybe it will be wise to is mining rock hit. I need to duplicate all of these and make it copper hit. So, right. Right. Ah, this is for the rock and this is for the copper. So now we are doing the rock and here we do the copper. Yeah. So rocks hit, set. And this is the rocks that you hit. And rocks impact location, set. And this is the rock impact location. And you send it here. Delete those. Let's clean things up. And make it like this. Yeah, clean up. Yeah, now the birch. That's amazing. That would be cool. I'm gonna do the exact same thing for the birch. So I'm gonna create instead of this is spark, should be rock. Called park. Park interaction. Well, it's called park. Rock interaction. Now I need to reload it. Basically, I think save. Is it become punk here or rock? Still rock. Class setting. Sorry. PPI rock interaction. We're still cool. Yeah. Okay, so the rock I'm gonna duplicate and make it copper interaction now. Copper interaction, I'm gonna save all. Copper interaction, mine copper. Print copper health. Receiving copper. Location for AO. Copper location for AO. Save copper location for snakes. Copper location for snakes. Overlapping copper. There's no overlapping to the copper. Let me make it null. I'm not gonna overlap with the rocks also. So this one also gonna be overlapping rocks. I'm gonna make it null. Yeah, thank you. Yep. So rocks location, copper. Copper location. Receive copper things again. Copper location. Mining copper. We're good to go, yo. Now, instead of BB rock, it's BB copper. Now I'm gonna make copper shaking also. And I'm gonna go inside it, save all. Now it's just a matter of quick replacing. So the class settings, I'll replace the rock, remove it, yes. Send and restart. Thank you, one person who's watching. Really appreciate it. Please don't go. Good to have company, even by one person. Open. So what caused the crash? I wonder, what was it? Ah, yeah. I went inside the rock BP and I deleted the thing. Go to the glass location. I'll find. No. Maybe should be more gentle with that. I'll add the DPI cover interaction. Yeah. Now it's here. Just be gentle. Don't kill it. This overlapping thing is ridiculous. I need to remove it because nothing will overlap with those. Yeah, I'm gonna even remove it from the copper interaction. Wow, you changed the copper interaction? Did I save it? No. Don't save. My mistake, I changed the copper instead, changed the rock instead of the copper. Okay. Then rock. Okay, good. Overlapping rock. I don't need this one. I didn't save it. Great. Save one. Now to the copper. Where's the copper? BB copper. I will add BBI copper here. Compile and save. Of course, you will see a lot of errors. Did I compile on the rock? I again added it to the rock. What's wrong with me? Delete this. This. Turn it off. Don't save. Be sure. It's an error. Maybe I need to delete the other ones that from the old blueprint interface. That my guess will be. Open. So class. I already saved over the copper. So maybe I should delete them. Will be better. Less confusing. API rock. All this nonsense. They're not necessary. Save. Come back here. Now it's good because I deleted the unnecessary stuff. Okay. The same for this one. I don't need the overlapping. Those were for the trees. But now we are mining rocks, so those are not necessary at all. So now we go here. Now let's go to the damn copper. No. Where is it? BB copper. Interaction. Thanks, Romy. It made the sound like bzz. I didn't understand for a second what's going on, but I think that that said somebody followed me. So thank you. Thank you for the follow. So this is the interface, this is the rock. Glass. Now I'm gonna load the DPI copper interaction. Yep. And I'm gonna replace those with the copper interactions. So mine copper events, not rocks, mine copper. Mine copper. Yeah, there it is. No. There. Can I delete this without crashing, please? Let's see if it will crash. Yes? Oh, it didn't crash. Good. Mine copper. Now it's working. Cool. So here, and this is the damage when you get the damage, who instigated it, item of the foliage that been hit, and this. Now, it's the first one been set. So now it's gonna be just a quick switch. So here I'm just making quick look. We have component that called instant static mesh. Yeah. Rocks that spawn snakes. Did I change it to receive copper location for snakes? I'm gonna call this one not rocks. I'm gonna call it copper. Coppers that spawn snakes. Just for it to distinguish it from the other one. Okay, we see this one. Target, okay, receive copper location. Copper location. Copper location for, that's cool. I have the target already, this. And I put the location. And here. Spawn snakes, not necessary now at this point. This one remove instance, we are good. Here, rock shaking, we need to create copper shaking. So where is the rock shaking to replace it? Save all. Rock shaking. I'm gonna duplicate. Call it copper shaking. Construction. Static mesh, shaking rock mesh. Shaking copper mesh. Shaking copper location. So properly in the rock shaking, because I just duplicated this one. Rock shaking. Yeah, seriously. Instead of 3 location, rock location. Save all. And if you go to the construction script, you have static mesh, you have the shaking, mining rocks. This is for the rocks. Base color. Destroy actor, static mesh. Set relevant 3D. Everything is legit. Bring us back to the copper shape. Where is it? Copper. Save it. Open it. Yeah. Now this one. Copper mesh. And this one. Put it copper location. Save all. Compile. Everything's good. Instruction. So there's checking mesh. Here am I. Mining copper, yeah, because this is for the copper, so we need to put the material instance of the copper. Compile, save. Event graph, it's all the same. You have animation, density shake, you can control it, set relevant location. We are good. Back to the BP copper interaction. So we said here, actor spawn, rock shaking. So no, gonna be actor spawn, copper, no actor spawn, yes, sorry. And now BP copper shaking. That's good. And I'll get the spawns transformation. I'll see. Always spawn, ignore. Collision, multiple scale, shaking, static mesh. Static mesh, which is the static mesh that's been assigned to the copper on our foliage. Yeah, so we delete this, we bring this one here. Connected here, update instance, transfer. Target this instance static mesh. You change its location, you send it away, you wait, and then you bring it back. Copper spawn snakes, yeah. Would be cool. Copper spawn snakes and here's static mesh. The copper spawn snakes. Compile. This is going to be SM mining copper. There you go. This one that will spawn snakes. As usual. Go here, copper location, to receive copper location 4AO. Must be like copper location for snakes. We're gonna see what that will be. Another one. I think the snake thingy, we messed it up. I think it requires, you know, a solution by itself, so it won't work with the same bird spawning logic, because the bird spawning logic was when you overlap with the tree, you spawn birds, or when you hit it, it spawn birds with a specific ratio. So at least now I can explore that you can spawn snakes because you have this list that allows you. So that's the only thing that we have now, but that we created. So I'm gonna save it. Oh, okay. Sure. It's been almost 2 hours. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'll keep going because I'm thinking I need to finish this. At least to have everything set up before I actually start programming the mining. I'm still setting up the new items. So with every new item I'm going to add, let's say I'm gonna add gold. For it to be mined, I'm gonna redo this whole thing that I've been doing yesterday today, just to add mining gold. I'm gonna add another tree. I'm gonna create the BP tree shake. I'm gonna create the blueprint interface for the tree, for a different tree. I'm gonna create the model for it. You're gonna create. You're gonna adjust the chopping to add it there. You're gonna add it as data assets, and yeah, I really need to create a document for me to remember next time I'm gonna add something, so I won't have to just shake my memory, and hopefully I will remember what I did. But thankfully I put everything with comments here and everything's clean, because maybe I have OCD. So I everything is clear. Like if you want to read it, you remember everything that you did, which is it's very recommended practice to do, to add comment as much as you can in really clear way for you, basically. So yeah, now I confuse myself because I start talking of something else, so I lost my thoughts. I need to add the BP that we just created. So here, BP copper interaction. So now this one holds the copper interaction and this one holds the rock interaction. Great. Okay. Back to the mining. So we have here chopping trees. And what we were talking here. This trace resource. I need to go to the mining rocks graph. Okay. So what we did, we received notification from the animation that the hit has happened. We trace what object that we hit, and then we have the list of all the foliages, all the component foliages that we hit, and then we'll call it hitting rocks. So here you will see if the foliage that we hit contain rock interaction. Here, what we'll do, it will add it into a list that called item impact, that contain what the location, what the component that been hit, and what its location. Good. And then we set the rock hit, and now we're gonna create copper hit. Mining, create rock hit, duplicated, call it copper hit. What copper? I already created here. Okay, sorry. So create a copper hit set. This is the copper. This is not birch. This is now if it contain blueprint interface, that is copper interaction, the one that we just created. So if it's contain this blueprint interface, so that means that we actually hit a copper. And we need to create a component hit, which is not the birch list. We can create copper. Well, not, yeah, copper hits. Coppers hits and copper's impact location. Copper's impact location. This is double S. Let's make sure everything is right. Okay. compile, save. So where is that copper? Here, the rockets. Oh, no, this one I deleted. Okay, we got the copper hits. We need the copper hit list. Again, double S. Set. This is the list of the component that we hit, and this is the list of the location of the component of we hit. So this, we set it. And with this, now we have a list of the copper components that are coordinated with the number, and the list of location coordinated with the number. So you try to find the key number, let's say 5. So 5, he check what the component number 5 and the location number 5. So you have this component and its location. This is the best way in order to best use of maps in order to link components with locations and link stuff with other variables, let's say. Okay. So hitting resources actor. This is because it's for a tree. It got actor in it. But here I don't have actors. You won't hit actors. So basically what I did in the tree, you hit the foliage, and when the foliage is being chopped, I create in its location an actor, an object, which is the stump. So that created a different logic for it to be chopped, because since it's not a foliage, so it doesn't register in the component list here that's been hit. So you need to create a new hit resources that is special for the actors and is special with got its own blueprints, system, and setup. But luckily, not luckily, I mean, that's what I decided for when it comes to rocks. Once you cut the rock, it will just destroy and come up the items in its place. You won't have something that stays after the rock has been destroyed. So, which is what most games do. So I'll go here, and you'll have an output for this collapsed thingy. Compile and go back. So now, if we hit anything, in case it's foliage, save the component, their location, index, and what kind of rock it is. So what the next step will be. Next, we'll shake the camera and spawn the smoke effects. Yeah, that's legit. I'm gonna use for now the same effects for the hitting. No, the spawn effect. I don't need spawn effect. And spawn the smoke effect. Yeah. This is the effect that is the smoke one. So play world shake. Yeah, you shake the world. That's okay. By the way, when in the game, when I'm gonna release it, I'm gonna put in the option of the game if you want to disable shake world, because here when you hit a tree, the camera will shake. But some people just really hate it. They start hating me on the internet, like, why you are shaking the camera? So I tell them, yeah, dude, chill. I'm gonna add the option that you can disable it in the game, in the final game. Okay, chopping hit. What is this chopping hit? Oh, yeah, this is the Niagara system. Very strong hand. Okay, good. So this is stay the same. Find the closest resources. So basically what I did, like when you make a hit, you have the axe or the pickaxe has a huge collision. So you might have multiple rocks that get with the same hit. So maybe you have 2 rocks next to each other. So I don't want both of them to receive damage. What I made here, I made it to check what is the closest rock to me, and the closest one is the one that get the hit, and the far one doesn't. So this is just a collapsed graph just to check which one is the closest. Check the closest. I'm gonna rename it here, check the closest, not resource, just the closest tree. Save it all, compile, cool. So let's see. So the input, find closest resource foliage. Pine hit, pine impact. Oh yeah, we already set the rock get and get the rock impact location. So you get their location here. You start comparing them with each other in a for loop. I remember. No? Oh yeah, here's the for loop, I suppose. So find closest resource. Component hit the array. This is a function, right? Yeah. I think this function contains also objects. So component, get the closest. As a result, closest resource, closest component, closest item rotation, closest resource distance. Yeah, right. Let's go back here. Oh, where was I? I lost myself. So in the mining blocks, yeah, we reached this point. Closest. Here, the function that traces the closest. As a result, you end up with the closest item. This is the integer that indicate what the item is. In the key, that based on it you can know what the closest resource component and what the closest location, the one that link them together. Yep. And then closest resource distance. Here it's called pine. Why would I call it? Oh yeah, I need to set. Yeah, I need to set create closest pine and closest, you know, to apply the same thing that I did for the trees into the rocks. And I suppose here is the actor. So this part I don't need. I got confused for a second. So this one is set already. This is basically a for loop that compare each location with the previous one. So here, create map with the hit component distance in Fourier system. Find the closest component in the Fourier system by comparing each distance with the next, with the for loop, and creating the local variable by setting each closest one. You reset it, which one is the closest. And here's the output one, what the closest component for your system, its item number and its location. What the closest actor, stump log, which closest player, component, and actor. So yeah, I think one of them is for the, because I think, no, there's no actors here. As I remember, I changed it. So the actor is a different, yeah, it's a different function. So it's not the same function. Closest resources. And this is closest actor type. Yeah. So this the actor thing is wrong. Basically the one that I said. This is the actor. Yeah. Okay. Okay, I'm confusing myself. So we're good. I'll go to the chopping. I'll find the closest line. We need to extend this one. All these closest things I need to duplicate. So closest birch item is the closest copper item. Closest pine item is closest rock item. Closest birch component is closest copper component. Closest pine component is the closest rock. Stump, I don't have it. Closest birch item location. Closest copper item location. Closest pine item location is the closest rock item location. Closest item. Closest birch distance is closest copper distance. Closest pine distance is the closest rock distance. I think that's it, right? Then actor distance, closest item location, closest item. This is the item thing. I will see what about it. Where did this item pops up? I guess it doesn't have to be this function. So we entered the rocks, and let me first move those. To the mining. Everything must be organized, otherwise it's impossible to like walk back your code. It's absolutely insane if I haven't everything properly put. Otherwise it's impossible to know what I'm doing here. To remember all this? No way. Closest pine, it's gonna be closest rock. Let's just type rock. Okay. Closest rock item set. Close component, closest rock component set. Closest rock item location set. And closest rock distance set. So this and this and this. No, I'm gonna maintain the same arrangement. So components, then location, and then distance. This. Put it here, come here, and now reattach these to your new items. Ooh. Okay, delete this and rearrange it properly and attach it here. Rock's impact. Okay, now I'm gonna duplicate this one. It's legit, but instead of the birch, I'm gonna make copper. So you have this, the copper list, get, and we're gonna have the copper location, impact location, get. I'll set it here and here. Yep, like this. And as a result, we will do the same thing here. Closest copper item, set. Closest copper component, set. Closest copper item location, set. Closest distance, set. That. Rearrange it properly. Bring them together. Bring it here. Relink those to your, what am I doing? Here, yeah. Do these new variables. Here. Delete this, bring this one back here. Rearrange it and link it here. Now the actor can go F yourself because I don't have an actor here. Luckily, actor type and tier chopping. What was this? Yeah, this is there's two type of actors. So basically, when you chop a tree, you'll end up with the stump and with the log. And you need to chop the log again in order to have the item, the wood item, and you need to chop the stump again to have the another wood item from it. So this is differentiate which is which basically. But I don't need that. So all this, the closest object type, the closest things, I don't want them in my code here. So I'll just simply end up with this. Just link it like that. So now we have what the closest, all the closest rock and the closest copper that we hit. So we found the closest things. We find the closest, not tree, the closest rock from each type. Rock, copper, and so on. And the closest, no, I don't need the closest actor. Manage type. And what tier they are. No, I don't need all this. Good. I'll be able to finish it today. Need to go back to the chopping. Is your axis tier 2? Nice question. Yeah, now we're moving to the tiers of the axe. I will leave that till tomorrow. If I test things out now, I don't think anything will happen. I even have an error. Blueprint failed. PP interaction. Where is the I didn't put the target here. Okay, sorry. Okay, let's play. I don't think anything will happen. Yeah, nothing. I can let's print the name of the of what I hit. Print the screen. Print copper health. I think here I have printers. Where is the printers? Print logs. Print tree health. I can do that with the copper health also. I always forget how to search. Alt Shift F. I did that. Yeah. Okay. Didn't reach this point, right? Chopping birch. Where is the chopping birch? Ah, here. Yeah, at this point you can actually see the health. So I didn't reach that one. So what I can do, let's test just hit feedback. So let's just print the item. Print. Let's print the component. What component that I'm hitting? If it's hitting at all. Do I have even collision on this? I don't think I added collision to the item. I didn't add collision to the pickaxe. So it's an AO, accessories, meshes, accessories. I shouldn't call it accessories actually. So this is the what is this? Here. It's kind of mesh. Don't tell me gonna crash. Crashed. Damn. And didn't even tell me if I want to send them a report. Just crashed without sending a report. Like they gave up on me. Open. Huh. Crashed just because that's what scares me the most. At one point the whole project just dies. Open. So yeah, send them. Usually when I clean it, it will be okay, but I should clean it before opening it. Expecting complex shader job, zero instead. Forget build shader compile. What the hell is going on? It's a nightmare. Now my only viewer left. Thank you, Unreal Engine. I had just one viewer. I was happy with him explaining everything to him, my life story, and he just gone. Gone. Okay, let's see. Show. Collision, yeah. Do I have collision here? Show collision, yeah. There is collision. I test that before I go to sleep. The crash. Just want to test if I can trace anything. Okay. Copy trace. So you have finding rocks, hitting rocks. Print. Hit. True or false. Print hello again. Here. Here. Also hello. Reset. Print. The hit. True or false. False. True. No, still false. Why? Blocks to mine. Is it here? stump to chop. Not. I knew it's gonna bite me in the ass eventually. Yeah, I need to create a new one. And it's gonna be the first two here, and the pawn, and yep, new. Mineable rocks. Mineable rocks. Okay. Accept. 1, 2. Two. Accept. Query in physics. Query in physics. Rocks to mine. So, questionnaire start to my needs description. The pawn is there. So the pawn, we block the pawn. Okay, and blocks the logs, the rocks to mine. Now, now you see. Okay, now this is not going to be stump. Not the custom. Mineable. Where is the mineable? It's supposed to be here. Save all. I just created it. Mineable rocks. Yeah. Save. Supposed to be here. Override it here. I can't see it. It's not here. That is the max amount of thing that I can add. Okay, modify. Please note that modify profile. Please confirm when you change current existing used. Can say put it again. Sometimes it just acts crazy. So do I have it in the collision? I still have it in the collision. Accept. I have it here. Oh, yeah, there it is. We needed to shut it down and turn it on again in order to see it. Why? Don't ask. Okay, save all. I'll go back here and I'll set it here just in case, just to be sure. Mineable rocks, save. And this one also going to be mineable rocks. So basically I'm creating a preset for my collisions, so I don't have every time to decide which collide with which. So I just make a preset and keep working on it and update it every time I do something. So now there is an error. We didn't crash before we saved. Compile, save. Okay, good. Okay. No. Yeah. True. Good. True. Ah, now we start having the smoke even. That good with the camera shake. But we didn't have this one. We're not having the rock being shaked. Not change your rotation. Maybe I didn't set it up yet. So, for example, when I'm chopping a tree here, it looks to it. So even though it's like a little bit rotated this way, so you change its position and it's face it. Of course, doesn't work only if it's the first time, right? Yeah. No, not even the first time. Yeah, like if I hit this one now, it changes. But if I hit it again, it won't change. Yeah, I don't know, it's a mess. I need to reconsider that. But at least now we've figured out that problem with the collision preset. So now I can do my original thing that I wanted to know, is to find which closest item that we hit. So here, print. We'll print what component, what the component name that I hit. Will it figure it out? Yeah. C0S8. This one didn't see it. We're just seeing the copper, not seeing the ball. That's not cool. Ah, because here I just told it what the copper is. Here you have the closest copper and you have the closest. Yeah. Here I just want to see what closest copper I am. Yeah, cool. And of course, after that, I'm gonna have which one is the closest, the copper or the rock? And if so, you'll change this. Yep. And I made it also if you are hitting a copper and a rock at the same time, and yet the copper is closer to you while the rock is further, but both of them are getting hit. So technically, you should hit the copper, not the rock. But if you are using the tier 1 axis, which doesn't hit a copper, it will miss a copper, so instead it will hit the rock. Too many like ifs and branches and if this then that, So yeah, it was a roller coaster working on this project. So to everyone who's watching, thank you very much. I guess it's midnight now. I should go to sleep. It's working for like 2 hours and a half, so not that much, but it's it's refreshing to go through the code once again. So again, thank you for watching, and see you maybe tomorrow if I have the time. Bye.